You will be mine, it's a matter of time. You will be mine, it's a
Guess what?
matter of time.
It's time to pick up the 2023 BMW M1000 Single R here at Pro Cycles in Hornsby. Very excited indeed. Very, very excited. Boompa. Check it. Looks stunning.
Looks unreal.
They look way better in the flesh than they do on pictures.
Yeah.
Like most bikes. Far out. There's another one over there. Same titanium exhaust?
Yeah.
Wow. Sick! See you, mate.
Alright, bud, take care.
Here we go. First start. That sounds better than I thought it would. That sounds better than I thought it would. Is it titanium? Here we go. Very first ride. Literally first time I sat on the bike. Got the full titanium system from the BMW, which was honestly real. Oh my god, that fixes that. Holy shitball. Well, guess what? This is my second ride on the M1000R, because my first ride, which is from the dealership, I forgot to plug the bloody microphone in, which was highly annoying. Anyway, I got on the bike only, I've only done about 30 k's from the dealership to home. It's amazing. It's nothing like the S1000 Single R. Like, people who say that they're even remotely related, I mean, it's just rubbish. They're not. Because the Single R was one of the most unimpressive naked bikes I've ridden. Mind you, I got my review of that was over and done within 15 minutes. I rode it out of the dealership and just didn't like it and took it back, which is probably a little unkind, a little unfair, maybe even unprofessional. I don't care. I didn't like it, didn't want to be on it. It wasn't fun. This is a completely different proposition. When you open the throttle on this, even slightly, you get this responsiveness that the Single R did not have. And I've got to say, the first thing you notice when you get on this bike, firstly you sit in it, you don't sit on it. With the Tuono, the V4 factory, which I'm going to compare to this, you sit on the bike, which means at times you feel like you are being ridden by it. This one, you sit more in it. That combined with the fact that it's just simply more agile, the striking immediate impression of this bike is agility and lightness and flickability. That is the obvious character that you get when you get on it straight away. First time you go to tip it into a corner, you just go wow. The second is the brakes, which I just demonstrated there. The brakes are like all BMW sports bikes brakes, bloody awesome. But it is a very different bike to that S1000R. This is the double R in a naked with more bottom end, basically. It is stunning to look at. The riding position is obviously not as aggressive as the sports bike, but it's still reasonably aggressive. And I've put the bar risers, 20mm BMW bar risers on it, and they seem to work pretty well. Neutral's easier to find. Look at that. It is more aggressive. I've adjusted the pegs already to make it slightly more comfortable. That with the 20mm bar risers was working well. I've adjusted the angle of these brakes and clutch levers, so it's feeling really comfy. I've put on my Sergeant seat that I had on the double R, because I've got to say that M1000, sorry, that M seat It's like sitting on a board, bit of wood. It is so hard. So I've got my nice comfy sergeant seat, which actually gives me a bit more height as well. So here she is, the M1000r. I finally got it. It's awesome. So pumped, so excited. And it is a very, very different proposition to the Tuono, which you would expect it to be. This inline 4, a little vibey, but that's part of the character of these bikes. The mirrors are fine. There's been a bit of criticism online about the mirrors, but so far I haven't noticed any issue with the mirrors. And it doesn't feel that wide, so I don't think lane filtering will be a problem. Although the girth around, in terms of gripping the tank, is good. That feels nice and sort of wide, which you want, especially when you have long legs. I've put some aftermarket steering damper on it. I can't remember the name of it. It looks sick. It's red. It looks really cool. I'll show you later, and I'll tell you the name of it later. But I did that because everyone riding these bikes was saying the damper is not good enough, so I just got one installed day one. So I picked it up with the aftermarket damper on it. Also a few other bits and pieces, tank pad, full titanium system from BMW. A few other things I can't even remember at the moment. So yeah, this is my second ride. I will hopefully be able to resurrect some footage from my very first one, just for nostalgic purposes. But bugger me if the microphone wasn't plugged in. That is a B-grade act if ever I've seen one. Been a bit of mixed opinion about these tyres that this bike comes with, and I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled on that. We may look to upgrade tyres at some stage. So far they feel pretty good, obviously brand new, but we will see. But a lot of the reviews of this bike online are done by people, well, probably the person who's reviewed it the most likes to ride really fast. He likes to ride at racetrack speeds on the road. You know, 160 to 200 k's an hour on the road. Not really my thing. I'm not going to be doing that. And he sort of has been comparing his bike to other bikes he's owned, but he's sort of up at those racetrack speeds. I don't really think that those reviews have given that practical an opinion on this thing for the purposes that most people are going to use it for, which is what I'm doing now. So that's where I'm going to focus my reviews on this bike. And my philosophy is you've got to have fun. No matter where you are, on whatever the scenario is, commuting in traffic, twisties, whatever, you've got to have fun. And so that's the angle I'm coming from, and that doesn't mean doing 200 k's an hour in a 50 km/h zone, I can assure you that. So one of the great things about the Tuono and the Multistrada V4, which I love, those two V4 engines have got in common, and that is the fact that they are so responsive, and it makes it fun in any gear, anywhere. There's a little jingle for you. I want to know that it's fun, and that's the problem I had with the S1000 single R. It just wasn't that much fun. You had to ring it a bit. This appears to have that sorted through the different gearing and the shift cam engine. It appears to have the fun factor in spades. Now I'm in road mode. I haven't changed any settings yet. I've just picked the bike up. So give me a chance to dial it in, do some riding, and I will give you plenty of feedback on what this bike's like to live with, because that's really what people want to know. And I do intend to do a detailed comparison with the Tuono, which a lot of people who are considering this bike are also considering our own. So I'm not going to be selling the 210. I'll keep it for the time being, at least anyway, while I can at least do some good comparisons. So that's coming up. The immediate feedback. The agility is striking. Throttle response is great. The riding position, perfect. The vibiness, totally okay. And it just feels like a bike that wants to be ridden and just wants to have fun with you, which is awesome. When they announced this thing, I thought that could be my dream bike, and it may well be. Early signs are very promising. I'll have more to say as we review this bike, and I'm going to review the crap out of it, so stay tuned for some very entertaining M1000r content coming your way real soon. See you later. It's got hill hold, babies. I love that. I love hill hold. The one thing I wish it had actually was adaptive cruise control. Then it'd have bloody everything. I'd love hill hold. Wicked. Heated grips, cruise control. Oh, I like tyre pressure gauges too. They're awesome. One of my favourite things. We got 39 in the front, 44 in the rear. Jesus, that's pretty high straight out of the box. I'll have to take those down a bit. But I love hill hold. Look at this carbon. So cool. The wings are awesome. People who don't like the wings, what are you talking about? It looks like a fighter jet. Friggin' awesome. They look great. Where have you been? I missed you.
It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. You will be mine. It's a matter of time.
Oh, I miss you so much.
Long days have passed, future's here at last. You can feel my body and I'm lying by your side.